wearable device obsessions and health tracking and, workout tracking, all of that, all good stuff. But are we learning too much about ourselves? What do you think?
A lot of my teammates wear those devices that tell them about themselves. I don't mind it. I would try it out for sure. I just don't need a device to tell me I'm like working too hard. You know what I'm saying? Because these devices, they tell you everything. They tell you like how much you've strained that day, how hard you've worked.
They'll tell you you're working too hard. That's a thing.
Well, if your strain is very high, yes.
Like you're not having enough rest.
I don't actually fully know. I just know that that's it. It'll tell you like you got this much recovery in or something like that. So I think it actually can be good in many ways because it like prompts you to, I want to get more rest or I want to recover better. So it's good. I just always am more of I can't commit to things really, or I can't add anything new into my routine. Very much so a stickler on what I do. So I just use a good old stopwatch, and then if I'm tired, I'm like, man, I'm tired. And then if I feel like well rested, I'm like, probably got well rested there.
Exactly.
That's her health tracker.
This isn't a wearable device, but I don't even like log runs. I used to have like fitness apps for like, like your mileage, how fast you went. And I'm like, I don't need to know that anymore. I'm not going on runs a lot, but when I do, don't need to see that. But I was interested in getting a wearable, like a new wearable device. And my friend told me I am not allowed.
Why?
Because I would look at the stats too much and I'd be like, what does this mean? Am I okay? Like with already how I am about my body, it'd be too much like anxiety.
Right. I will say I have a friend who he recently just got an Apple Watch, and like he was like, oh, I just got this. It's like, it's really cool. Like, cause it is for working out and tracks all that. But the problem is now he's not checking his phone. He's always has this on him. So whenever he gets a ping, he can just like look at his watch. And so he's like, we're having a conversation and it's like, oh, his watch pings. He just knows. So I think like we have so many ways that can pull our focus. And I mean, even my phone pulls my focus. I can't, if it's right on me, if it's even near me, I have to check it. But if it's on your wrist, making a little vibration every time, I mean, shit, they're constantly watching. So like, I feel like I'm talking to a person, but then they're, looking down at their watch, which it seems like it's just a watch, right? But it's not, it's actually a phone on your wrist.
You're never disconnected.
Yeah, you're like tethered to like everything that's going on always. When they first gained popularity when I was in school and everyone started getting them and they were the hot new thing and they would track your sleep, that was like the wildest thing. But everyone was like, it's so cool. You can make sure you're sleeping well and it knows when you're asleep and when you're not. Look at my graph. And one of my like most lovely stoner friends was like, you're telling me they know exactly when you're asleep in the night and they can come into your house? I was like, you're actually onto something. Like you've got
that sounds like something Dad would say though too.
Exactly, which is why I did perk up there. And like I've had wearable tech in that way, and I definitely enjoy it like at the start, but then I do say like I stopped caring about the stats and stuff. Sometimes I'll still wear it if I go on a long walk because I do want to track my miles. But I think I just stopped caring over time. But I do think we know too much about ourselves. You know what I mean?
Do you guys do period tracking?
I do. And I love it. Whenever I have a symptom, I'm like tattling. I love to tattle myself. I'm like, cramps, done.
Female hysteria. There it is.
Mood swings.
But which one do you use? Wasn't there like a thing to like delete your period tracking app?
I think it was delete flow because they weren't encrypting data right and they were potentially selling it.
Oh no.
And I'm going to be honest, I just use the one built into my phone. So
I use that one too.
Okay. I don't know if it's known for like encryption, but I'm also like, if someone wants my period data, sure. Hey, I don't know what you're going to do with that. Maybe something good, actually. Maybe it's for a research study.
My problem is I'm throwing mine for a loop. Mine doesn't ever know what's happening. I will say with birth control, it's neither here nor there if I'm going to get my period that month. So I might log a symptom or two. But currently, I haven't actually TMI, but bled in a long time. And so my app is like, hey, you might get your period in the next 5 weeks. It's giving me these nonsensical updates where I'm like, thank you. I'm so sorry, baby. You're trying so hard. Just keep doing what you're doing. Sorry about that.
It is nice. It is nice, I think, tracking to know. And even for athletes, they're saying like how much more data there is about like periods and what time of the month you're on and what that can lead to. I think period tracking is great, especially as an athlete, because there are like now a lot of studies about, when you're in your luteal phase, you should do this and that. I am also though a believer in like, I'm not going to change up how I work out depending on what my period phase is, because rugby doesn't stop. It's not going to be like, oh, well, you have your period, don't play in this game. So I think tracking is just good to like be better aware and like, know, okay, maybe you need a little bit more rest here, or, oh, you're feeling really good, you're ovulating, like go out there, lift some heavy weights. I think it is good, but I also don't use it as a reason to stop me from doing like the things I want to do, like the heavy lifting, or because I think there's like somewhere like in follicular phase, you should be doing, low cardio or whatever it is. But, the sports weights for no one really. I'll be on my period in many times. I was on my period for many a tournament, many a game.
But that's crazy you say that, because to me, I'm like, oh, it's not really affecting me. It's fine. Like apparently every week is different in a woman's body because of what's changing hormonally. And I never more so noticed that than when I started doing weekly Pilates. Like I would go once a week on like every Tuesday, once a week, where I would feel so strong one week. I'm like, God, I'm getting so good at this. Look at me, look at my dedication paying off. And then the next week would be wherever I am in my cycle, follicular, whatever the bad one is, essentially. And I would feel so weak. I would be like, last week I felt like a god. I was on top of it. I was so strong. This week I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, oh, it's my period. I'm like week to week, I can tell where I am based on like my strength levels or my perseverance. And that really did. I was like, oh, there's actually science to that. That's crazy.
Which I think is so great, because like as women, it's like we just go so up and down so much. So it's like also knowing it gives you an understanding of, why do I feel this way? Why am I hating my body right now? I think we should take that more into consideration. Like, oh man, really not feeling this. Well, then I'm like, okay, just pause, see how you feel next week. Like it's not like men where we kind of like, men are like, can be one phase. I mean, we are up, we are down, we are all over the place. And I think it is good to know that, like, oh, I'm ovulating, I'm feeling good. Be aware that maybe, next week or in 2 weeks, I'm not going to feel as good.
Mm-hmm. It's always changing. And if you're feeling bad, it's all right. You're going to circle back around. You're going to feel good again too. Don't worry, but always take care of yourself in the meantime. Like, don't ever stop that.
It's funny because we've been having our periods for years and years and years, and I still get absolutely shocked when it comes.
No, what's up with that? Because I'm like, I'll be so like just down, and I'm like talking to one of you guys, and Olivia loves to hit me with this, being like, when's your period starting?
That's so dad of me. That's so dad of me. Well, if you find yourself fixating a little too hard on the data or tracking, or, I don't think we need to know as much stuff about ourselves. So let's touch a bit of grass, do what feels good, do what feels right, and just live your best life.